everyone, join us on a last-minute trip to Berlin for the weekend. Let's go! After a quick drive over to Manchester Airport, we parked at Regus parking through your parking space, and it was about £15 a day. It was about a 15-minute walk over to the terminal, and we were flying from Terminal 1. We're through security. That was super easy. There was absolutely no one in there, so we breezed through. My shoes got checked like they always seem to. We are now headed to the lounge, which I'm excited to say. We have some cool information to share with you guys if you're interested to go in lounges on future trips. This is new. I'm not going to get too close because obviously there's kids in there, but this used to all be shops, and there's a whole like kids play area. This is our first time in the Escape Lounge, and honestly I'm not that impressed, which surprises me. We've been to the Aspire Lounge before, and we paid for that out of pocket, and that was so much better. It had runway views and there was quite a lot more vegan options too. In here I'm basically stuck to bread and butter, tortilla chips and salsa, and there's a couple of other options but they're not really to my liking, but generally it doesn't feel like there's that much choice. It's not off to a great start, so hopefully it can redeem itself. I've almost instantly had to eat my words. Pretty much as soon as I just said that, they brought out this couscous. I've also got this, but I'm not sure if it has carrots in. It's Moroccan tagine. It does look quite nice though, and this almost also worried me about carrots, but I think it might be butternut squash. This was the hot food they had on offer. They had different pies and stews and things. They have a whole drink section over here, which has hot drinks, so fancy coffee machines. They also have tea, I'm sure. It says up there soya and oat milk available, so that's pretty good. And then there's also this fancy water one, which has sparkling room temperature or cold water. Over here's the bar, and this is where they have all your alcoholic beverages that you probably could ever want, and they also have apple juice, orange juice, peach iced tea, and then up here they've got Schweppes lemonade, Diet Coke and Coke Zero. No full fat though, that's interesting. And then finally there's this section here which has like salads and stuff and sandwiches. This is where I got the tortilla crisps from before. They've got normal red Asola crisps. This is carrot and coriander soup, and then there are whole fruits over here. Oh, and there's cheese. Let me show you the cheese section. Some kind of tart, quiche, cheese and spinach quiche, and cheese and biscuits. That's quite fun. These are the cakes that they have. Sticky toffee muffin, that sounds amazing. Chocolate chip jam donuts, and they even have butter and flora, so dairy free, which is great. When we came in, there was some people next to us asking how much it would cost to just pay on the door, and that would have been £49. As of right now, I'm not sure it's worth it for us because we don't drink, but I think if you drink, then it's quite a good price. Alright, let's taste it. I would say it's nice, but this thing is called the Moroccan tagine. I feel like it's supposed to be warm. It's not like really freezing cold, but it's not hot at all. So yeah, the couscous is warm. Rach just told me it's only about £30 if you pre-book. So if you do want to come here, I would definitely recommend pre-booking. I feel like £30 is definitely a more reasonable price and maybe would be worth it, especially if you're not fussy or vegan, because I feel like an average person who drinks and eats most things, you would definitely get your money's worth. For me, it's not as good, and the lack of the runway view for me gets less points. I've always wondered why it's necessary on those water machines that they have room temperature water. Like, who actually gets that? I just went and got a glass of water and some man actually chose room temperature water, so maybe it's a thing. Let me know if you also would do that, because I definitely would not. We've had a discussion. We've decided that we definitely prefer the Aspire Lounge over this one. Rach had a good point though, that if you don't like flying, it feels like you really could be anywhere in here because there's no window. So if you hate flying and you want to forget you're in the airport, this is a shout. If you love flying though, or you just enjoy the whole airport atmosphere, I would definitely say the other lounge is better. Rach says she would rate this place a 6 out of 10. She enjoyed all the food she had, but we've also established that there's no charging points. Like, there are some, but they're not right next to the tables. I would probably rate it a 5 out of 10. Like, honestly, I preferred the other one so much. We didn't actually pay to get into this lounge. You might be wondering, how the heck did that happen? We now have priority passes, which if you buy out of pocket, they're about £400 for the year, and you can go in unlimited lounges that participate in the scheme all around the world, which is already really cool, but we didn't pay the £400. We now have Lloyd's World Elite MasterCard. It does have a £15 fee, but with that you get a free priority pass, and you also get free fast track in some airports. So for us, it's well worth it. So in theory, bear in mind that £15 a month is between the two of us. We paid £7.50 this month to go in any lounge we want to go in, and I think because it's currently July, we'll probably go in at least 4 lounges, so we will definitely be getting our money's worth. I'm not affiliated with Lloyd's in any way, by the way. We just think it's a really good way to do it if you do travel a lot, and I would highly recommend getting one. This is a sneak peek of the Aspire Lounge. You can see through that there's like windows over there. Another perk you get with the Lloyd's card is if the lounge is full, or I suppose even if it's not and you don't want to go there, like maybe we would if that was our only choice and we came here again. In select places you get an £18 value to spend. So in here, one of them is Starbucks. You can just go and spend £18 in Starbucks. The other one is the Grey Loft, and we're just going to go and have a look at it so you can kind of see whether that might be preferred. Obviously it's not quite as good value as the lounges. Because we were quite disappointed with that lounge, this might be a better shout. Or if the lounge is completely full and you can't get in, then this is what you'd have to go for. This is what the menu looks like. It's got quite a lot of options and it's very clearly marked vegetarian, plant-based and such, so that's really good. Also, in terms of prices, you get £18, but a burger is about that. So you're not getting that much really, or you couldn't have any drinks, whereas in the lounge, you can have unlimited food and drinks. So, yeah, that sounds good. I'd spend all my £18 on them. Caramelised biscuit cheesecake. I really do sound like I work for Lloyd's, but I promise I don't. Another perk you get with that card is you can take guests into the lounge for £24 each. So if you are travelling with family who don't have the subscription, you can get them in for a slightly cheaper price. And I think if it was that, again, especially if you drink, maybe it would be worth it. Time to get on the plane and we're having to go outside. What is this? This is not the way to start your holiday. I'm glad we're getting out of this country. This weather is horrible. We've made it on the plane. This is wild. Who knew easyJet had a whole restaurant on board? You can literally get a curry. What the heck? You can get chicken nuggets for $5.75. I don't know why I'm so creased. The penne pomodoro, that's actually vegan. You can get a main and a drink for $8.75. Oh my gosh, there's so many food options. These little snack boxes. I feel like I used to love a snack box when I was a kid. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's more. It keeps going. Breakfast wrap at 3 PM. We fully support that decision. I suppose you could be coming from somewhere else. It might not be 3 PM, so you might fancy breakfast. The mini menu. Say the mini menu bit is £10, so that doesn't really feel like a bargain to me. That flight was actually super quick and easy. I literally just read my book the whole time. It was only an hour and 25 minutes in the end and it was just super easy breezy. Our next objective is to obviously get through passport control, hopefully that is in the country, and then we're going to try and get a train over to our hotel. We have found our train station. It goes at 28 minutes past 10. We've got 10 minutes until it leaves. Rach was just saying this is reminding us of when we went in training last year. I'll link that series above if you haven't watched it, but we did spend quite a bit of time in Germany and honestly we loved it so much, that's why we're back. We didn't go to Berlin though, so this is our first time here. It's a double decker, how fun is that? There was a small moment of panic on the train that we'd somehow gotten the wrong train, even though I feel like that definitely could not have happened. But we have made it, we're in the city centre. We now just need to get to our hotel. Our hotel was literally 2 minutes away, that's perfect. So we're staying in a, I want to call it MEININGER, but sorry if I'm saying it wrong. We stayed in one of these last time we were in Germany, so I knew it was like an okay brand of hotels, and because it was so close to the train station, I thought it would be perfect for us. And we are in, turns out the guy on reception called it MEININGER, not MEININGER, so we're going with that because he's German and he works here, so he probably knows what the hotel's called. I'll give you guys a quick tour. We booked it through booking.com and it was like £100 and something for 2 nights. It was very reasonably priced, so here we go. This is what you see as you walk in, so it's kind of like a big mirror up here, and then it's pretty small but we don't need it to be any bigger. You've got, it's kind of like 2 single beds but they're right next to each other. There is some storage space over here which is good because I think a lot of small hotels don't have that. That's an added bonus. A little desk space, bin. There is a TV on the wall which is pretty fun, and then this is the bathroom and it looks very clean which is good. So it's just a small shower situation, looks really nice though. You do get hair and body on the wall, so if you don't want to bring stuff you can use that. Little sink and then the toilet. That wraps up this travel video. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a massive thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any future content. We do have 2 days in Berlin planned, so make sure to stay tuned for those coming very, very soon. And other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye! A third fire engine is showing up.